Let's quickly walk you through a very simple example of how you can buy products that are required to execute on a project. Let's first create a new project. And I call it BI implementation. It's going to be a time and material project for a customer. So I now create the project, and before being able to capture any transaction or create any transaction for this project, I need to put the project in process state. This allows me now to create purchase orders or report actuals against this project. I know that I will need some tablets for this project. Before even working on this requirement from customer, I need to understand the requirement better. So I cut a purchase order. I create a purchase order for this vendor. And a purchase order for this project is being created. Before going further, I just want to emphasize that this is a project purchase order. So if I open up the line details, you will see that this purchase order has been created for this project. So I close this and I choose the tablet that I need. I will need some tablet. And I will need about 10 tablets for people to use to capture the customer requirements. I have talked to all the stakeholders of the project. Each unit will cost me around $399, and everybody agreed that we need to continue with this purchase. Now I put this purchase order in confirm state. So now the purchase order is in confirm state, and after a few days I have received these tablets where I go to receive and I post a product receipt. Here, I'm saying all the ordered quantity have been received. And if you remember, we ordered about 10 of these tablets. I go back and I enter the receipt number and I post. So here, after the receipt is being posted, after a few days, I receive an invoice from the vendor. And now I want to pay the vendor. That's where I'm going to generate a vendor invoice for this purchase order. So I open the purchase order and click on invoice, where it will generate an AP vendor invoice. And yes, I want to get all the ordered quantity, right? And if you remember, we were manually able to post the product receipt for that purchase order, which will be 10. So the vendor seems correct. And now I will also identify the vendor invoice number and I post it. Click on post. And now that I have posted, or I'm in the process of posting the vendor invoice, we will see that the costs associated with this tablet will hit the project. Let's verify that. Now that we have a posted invoice, I open up my project and I go to post the transactions. Now you can see this is the item. If you remember, that was the tablet, and the cost and sales amount have hit my project. This was a quick example of how to quickly create a purchase order, receive the items ordered as part of the purchase order, and post a vendor invoice. Here are the core concepts that we discussed during the demo. A purchase order, which is a document that identifies the vendor and the products that need to be bought from the vendor. A vendor invoice is a document issued by the vendor, and after posting a vendor invoice, the cost and revenue associated with the invoice product will hit the project